So one of the things I like about Jake, and the reason I like working with kind of small operations, he's his own thing and he's just getting going full, just totally on his own, is they pay attention to little details and it was willing to work with me. So I told him I didn't, unlike that house, they took all that junk and spread it all over the whole lot. So we had a foot of riverbed over the whole lot. I couldn't even dig a post hole anywhere or plant a plant. It was without renting an excavator. So he's putting it all over there and just carefully scraping it off, leaving as much of the natural 6 or 8 inches of topsoil-ish stuff for me. And then like just little things like he's compacting back and forth there across the face of the garage, because that's where you typically have cracking and breaking in the driveway. And so just little stuff like that I appreciate. So working with smaller operations and people and stuff like that for the things you do bid out, I've enjoyed that part so far. So like right now my friend is the plumber and I was texting him because he's gonna come over and help us with the interior of the garage, set some drains, and just the comfort and ability to text someone and say hey. So in fact, the builder who built this house over here is kind of like that too. It's his own little outfit. And I said, hey, would you come over and just talk through a few things I have questions about, fill in the gaps of my knowledge? And he's going to come over today and do that for me. So really cool people. If you can find them, work with them. Making good progress on the backfill, so it's looking good. And we got the plumber drop by the floor drains, so for the shop, for the garage, and we're gonna slope the floor into these drains. Just kind of a easy thing here. I went and bought these end caps so I can cap it. That way if I want to clean them out, I can. But I don't think I'll really need to clean them out. It's just going to capture snow melt. I'm not going to do anything crazy. So. Drains are a type that it'll capture the gravel, so I can flip them up, and so it'll just let water down in there. And we'll set those so the cement slopes down and meets it. And then since it's so gravelly here, we'll just let it French drain itself down. And since it's just capturing snow melt, I'm not going to spray out the cars inside or anything crazy like that. So. I didn't get any footage, starting to rain. But we dumped a bunch of road base in the corner here, and I built a form, and then we used 11 bags of cement to create a landing pad, because in the mudroom here the trap door will drop down onto that landing pad. Getting the final grade on the garage, and backfilling will be done. Well, not done, but getting close. So we chalk lined the top of the cement. There'll be 4 inches on top of these bases there, and so we want this to compact down to 4 inches below that chalk line and that mark. So there'll be a low wall around the whole thing, and then we're gonna drop these 2 drains in here and there, slope it down. So an example of how cool it is, as I said earlier in the video, about working with small contractors, and these people are good to work with. Jake got here at 6 a.m. this morning, and I came out. We've been out here all day. It's 6:20 right now, and he's just making sure the grade in the garage is just right. He drove 2 hours to get here from Rexburg, Idaho, and he's gonna drive 2 hours back. So he's putting in this marathon day for us. It's just really cool, all the attention to detail he's giving. So find good people for the things you do sub out, that'll put as much care into it as you do for all the stuff you're doing on the house. So it's kind of cool. One other quick thing too is I follow I think it's Awesome Framers on YouTube. They're pretty cool. Learn a lot from them. But one of the things he says is to clean as you go. Keep a clean work site. And one, to get rid of tripping hazards, but also two, just so crap isn't blowing into the neighbors' yards and it just doesn't look trashy as you build. And so I've been trying to do that this first week or so that we've been working, is just picking up the debris. There's some stuff left behind by the cement guys. Jake hasn't left anything behind. He's tidy as well. Cement guys cleaned up 99% of their stuff. It's little things here and there, and then stuff I've been, my cement bags and stuff like that. So just any little piece of trash, just so it doesn't blow in the neighbors' yards or out in these farm fields around us. All right. So it's 7:45 and he just left. We got a lot done today. We got the electrical conduit and internet conduit laid in the trench, properly marked with the tape that goes above it. Normally you'd come back in and maybe do this at the end, but I wanted to do it while he was here because he comes from 2 hours away, and so I stemmed it to come up right next to the wall, and I'll mount the box here. So it'll be perfect. The plumber came in and slipped the radon in, which I think I talked about in another video. I poured a pad there in the corner today with my son, so we have a landing pad for coming down into the crawl space. We were going to take gravel and spread it all through there, but he'd been here so long and I don't think we have enough gravel, so I said just leave it, and I'll use it for the back patio, which I might have enough there to get the foundation set for the back patio. So that'll be nice to have it on site. And then we set the grade for the pouring of the garage, and we put 2 drains in with a 1/2 inch slope down to them, I hope. We're having trouble with his laser setting the elevation, so I'm hopeful in there that they are there. So looks good, and we notified the concrete guys they can come back and pour this giant slab, and we'll be good to go. They're supposed to deliver all the lumber package tomorrow. Probably have them set it out here on this side on the flat, and we'll start putting sill plates on and building the pony wall tomorrow, hopefully. There's our crummy cement pad. I was low on concrete, and so I had to flip the form over and use the funky sides, and then it was just a puddle of water because of that rainstorm that came blowing in. Tried to get it off as best I could, and then I just quickly brushed it while it was really wet, just because I don't care how it looks, but it should be nice and functional as a landing pad to come down in through the crawl space, into the crawl space. Anyway, looks good. He did a good job of keeping a lot of the boulders and rocks off this side. I mean, we'll have to come in and clean up some stuff and bring in some dirt, but this is the tricky side. We'll have all of that hauled off. We've got a pretty decent pile of topsoil there. What I think I'm going to do is rent a skid steer and take all of, it's just over on there, that whole berm there is the topsoil I took out of those two spots where the greenhouse and the shed are going to go. I think I'm going to spread that through here to slope it away more gently, because we'll have a sidewalk coming along here, and then I'll take all that topsoil and spread it across. But I think I'm going to do that after we put the septic in, so, but we'll see. All right, it's the end of the backfill. It went well. I'm excited. Everything's going smooth. It's only June 27th or 28th, something like that, and we're already going to start framing. That's awesome. So we have the internet back there. This is our temporary jump power with our meter on it. This is the power box, and we left everything stubbed down there, kind of closed together when we, instead of being separated when we here at the end, so hopefully that's okay. And then we buried it all here this morning and ran it all to the house. Perfect. So we're all set. That was 70 feet from the house to the box.